Hey, C21 Atwood family. Welcome to the November edition of ELEVATE21. This is our time to pause and reset and finish the year strong. We're closing in on the end of 2025, but the opportunities ahead are just getting started. This month, we're looking at how to level up your business planning, your marketing strategy, and your tools, so you can step into 2026 ready to dominate. So let's dive in. First up, let's talk about ONE21 Experience 2026 in Las Vegas, April 14th to 17th. This is the can't-miss event of the year for inspiration, innovation, and connection. The energy, the learning, the networking, it's next level. So don't wait. Get registered early and secure your spot so you can be part of the Atwood crew that takes Vegas by storm. Hey, Michael.
Hey.
All right. I'm so excited. We're going to talk about the market.
Yeah.
It's a little, it's like both crazy and not crazy at the same time.
I think that's fair. And it's also good.
Yeah.
It's also good.
Yeah.
They came out with October reports now comparing to October of last year, which is kind of a weird slice. I think we talked last time, like it's so seasonal.
Yeah.
Who knows if really the month is a fair breakdown. But if we look at the month, it does show that new listings are up 3.3%. It shows that closed sales are up 2.2%. Those are good metrics.
Yep.
And it had a little bit of a decline on the pending sales. But when you extrapolate that out to the full year, it was still a net positive. And I was looking at all of the categories for the year as a whole, January through October. Generally, most of the selling period, as we know, things slow down for November, December anyway.
Right.
But it was still, up 5% on new listings is a nice solid number, 2.3% on pendings, 2.7% on closed, and median sales price up another 2.3 as well. So what do you see up, and not like up 20%.
Right.
It's up a modest margin year over year. That's really great news, both for the current clients and for the longevity of our industry.
Yeah. All right. So I just spent the last week at the C21 International Leadership Academy. Okay. And lots of great information about the market. And they said for those that have been that only got licensed within the last 10 years, you've only seen crazy high, crazy low, crazy high, crazy low. And he's like, what I'm seeing is it feels like we're about to enter into a normal market, which we haven't seen since 2001, right? So, because everything's been way up or way down. And then I'm reading these things that are coming out of Washington, which, whether you agree with what's going on with the administration or not, they're trying. Yep. They're trying to come up with ways that it can help. They're talking about 1% interest rates. They floated that idea. They're talking about not just assumable mortgages, but portable mortgages. So they're really coming up with clever ways to do this because they know housing is such a pivotal point of our economy, integral part of our economy. So I'm going to put you on the spot. And we didn't practice this, but I'm gonna just put you on the spot. When somebody catches you at the grocery store, everybody knows you're in real estate, right? When somebody catches you at the grocery store, when somebody catches you at at the gym, right? And they say, they always say, how's the market going? How's it, how's real estate? Which you've heard me say it. I love it because what a great opportunity we have that people are curious about our jobs, right? And what we do. I use the analogy of accountants, hey, is there anything new in numbers? Any new numbers we should know about? What's going on? Okay, I'm putting you on the spot. When people ask you, what's generally your quick, I'll tell you quick, and then I'll, what's your quick response? Hey, how's the market going? And you're like,
I think it's good. I think it ties back to, you already touched on this. Yeah. There's creativity happening. Yeah. They can't all be great ideas.
Right.
They really can't. But the fact that people are trying to spit some ideas and get some things out there is really promising, because it means that there will be great ideas. And let's be real, even right now available, there are some terrible options available to people in the lending industry. Yeah. We just need to have that creativity to beget other options. So I think that's a good sign for what's to come. But when we talked about all of that small incremental increase year over year from 25 compared to 24, that's a really good sign. And I like that it's not a huge swing in margin, but I loved that the increase also held true on days on market. And you think like, Michael,
Sure.
that's not appropriate. We want
Sure.
less days on market. That's right. We want to sell fast. No,
Yeah.
things were going nuts and we were selling so fast, multiple offers. And here we're showing that it's okay to spend a little bit of time on the market, like a normal selling period, and still to get a favorable price for your home in a decent amount of time. Like I really think that's the sign of our housing market is good, and it's also showing signs of stability, which is important.
Right. Yeah. Now there is a lot of pent up demand. We know that there's just people that are still waiting to buy something. We know that there's still sellers that are like, I'm not giving up this 3% interest rate, which is why the portable mortgage does seem interesting to me. Actually, Canada's been doing that for years, portable. So you can actually just keep your interest rate and move on to the next home. And so it's an interesting concept. I like it. But I like how you initially just say when your quick answer is, it's good.
It really is. I think it's good and it's stable, and that's a really positive sign. There's not the thing where I always have the alarm bells going, you have to sell, so you have to sell immediately, or you have to hold. You can do what's good for your household,
right?
and feel secure in that you're not missing something.
Yeah.
But if you are selling, it's not a bad season to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. I just here's my challenge, and it was kind of a aha moment for me at the C21 ILA. They said, he challenged all of us. He said, what do you say? And, most of the room actually wasn't as positive as you. It was like, oh yeah, it's not great. He said, yeah, that's about what real estate agents do, right? People stop them in the grocery store. They stop them at church. They stop them at the gym. They start, right? Hey, how's the market doing? Oh, it's not great. Oh, it's not slow. They're looking to us as the experts, right? And so they go, oh, really? Okay. I was thinking about selling my home, but the agent said, oh, it's not great.
Exactly.
And so we're actually kind of perpetuating the message a little bit here. Whereas if we did just change it, actually now could be a really good time to buy or sell. It really could, depending on your situation, depending on a lot of factors. There's still great programs out there, and date the rate, marry the house, right? Like it's gonna keep doing this. And if we started saying that message, maybe more people would be doing this. And
we're not helping ourselves a lot with that narrative as it goes on the negative. But also, it's not like you'd be lying to people to say it's good. When you say it's bad, I'd question you to say who is bad for? You as the agent, because you're not making a really fast buck like you used to a couple of years ago. Right. Fair. But for the general public, again, if you look back at the stats, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think that's a comforting thing to say to people who are looking out to the experts for their opinion on whether or not they should consider a move.
Yeah. So here's my question. What are we waiting for? Right? What are we waiting for? We're waiting for the interest rates to come down. What's going to happen when the interest rates come down? The prices are going to go which direction, right? So you're going to say, great news, now is a good time for you to buy, now that it's more expensive for you in the long run, because you can always refi the rate, but you're locked in on the price you sold it or you bought it for, right? So, what are we waiting for? There's always a good time. Real estate has always appreciated in the long run. So, there's some really interesting concepts out there. What is it going to do? We don't know. It might do nothing. So, get out there. What a great time when I was just in the Mankato sales meeting and they're like, yeah, it's a little slow. I was like, oh, thank goodness. Yeah. Because now you have the opportunity to start networking and calling your sphere and working on your business. We have the Navigate event coming up December 9th. Thank goodness. Otherwise, if it was busy all the time, when would you ever work on your business and connect with your people? What a great opportunity.
Exactly. And I'll be the example for it. I put my home on the market a couple weeks back. And it's had showings. It's been great. It hasn't been the market where it goes multiple offers immediately over ask, blah, 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 like we've seen for so long. But it has been a strong showing presence, very positive feedback. And everybody is like, well, what do you do? Do you need to drop the price? No, the price is fine. Yeah. We have to get used to this time factor and being okay, because I'll give you a peek behind the curtain. Yeah. I have a few places I like. And am I writing offers on them right now? No.
Right.
I'm going, oh, that's sitting there, and I'm going to put my house on the market, and maybe someone's going to see that, and they're going to think, oh, maybe I like that, and they might put their house on the market, and someone's, you know what I mean? It's all part of the dance and the dating game. We can't have our heart set on that immediate gratification, and instead, play the game as it was built for so long.
Yes.
And you'll find out actually how it works out in the long run.
Absolutely. I have so many agents that reach out to me all the time, and I love it. Please keep messaging me, text me, call me, whatever. And it's funny to me hearing that, like, I put their house on the market and the next week they're like, maybe we need to change realtors. We haven't had an offer yet. I'm like, what? So there is some retraining of the public we have to do too, and get them more realistic. You and I remember putting homes when we were listing homes on the market and be like, wouldn't it be amazing if we had an offer in the first 4 months?
Correct.
Wouldn't that be great?
Correct. That was usually where you got your price reduction around three months down the road.
So. Right. Not a week in, but use your golden ruler, use your tools, show and educate. That's the best we can do.
Exactly.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, how's it going?
So good. I was just talking to Michael.
Yep.
And we had a great discussion about the market. And one of the things we were talking about that I didn't really go into depth with him on, and I want to with you, is that we're hearing a lot of things. We're hearing a lot of things coming out from, the current administration, the FHFA director, who we had the opportunity to hear from.
We did.
Which was super cool, hearing from him directly while we were at the mortgage conference. And the thing I said with Michael, and I want to reiterate, whether you agree with the administration or what the FHFA director is doing or whatever, we have to at least just acknowledge that they're trying stuff. They're really trying to help our industry, to help homeowners, to help move this economy in one of the biggest sectors of the economy, which is housing. So we're hearing a lot of things: 50-year mortgages. We're hearing portable mortgages. We're hearing assumable mortgages at a federal level, which is crazy, right? We're hearing all of these things, and Michael and I talked about them as basically that much. And now it's time for you to give us all the answers. Go.
Right. Well, so the big one that was just exploded the internet the last couple of weeks is these 50-year mortgages, right? Some people saying, or I would say a few people saying it's a good thing. A lot of others pointing to the interest increase, which is real, but that's also real between a 15-year and a 30-year, right? If you compare those two, 30-year looks terrible. Right. It's just where we landed. Right. So exactly what you said, what I love about it, which rings true with what FHFA Director Bill Pulte said at the conference, was that they're trying to explore options, right? Everyone says that we have an affordability crisis and we have a housing crisis. So let's find ways to solve it. These might not be it. They absolutely might not.
Right.
Well, what I like about it is, especially as a broker, right? We've said from day one, the reason that we chose to be a broker versus any other type of lender was options.
Right.
So if nothing else, if a 50-year mortgage does come together, it's another option. Right. And there are real scenarios that exist where sometimes that $100, $200 of savings right now can get somebody into a house versus not. And when you compare that, the downsides to 50-year, I don't think anyone thinks that the goal of a 50-year mortgage is to carry it through 50 years. Right? That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But if it can get you in the door, it can get you into homeownership. We've seen how much net worth growth you can have in 5 and 10 years just by owning a home. So great option. Don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet, but it will be interesting to see.
Yeah. And I don't think it was Bill Pulte. I think it was Barry Habib that said, we do tend to just look at homeownership as an investment, right? And we look at real estate in general as an investment, but there also needs to be a cost of living. You have to live somewhere, and there needs to be a cost for that. Right. And so, sometimes when people just look at the numbers and go, a 50-year, that makes no sense. No, it actually does. It could put a couple $100 extra a month into somebody's pocket, which, of course, we know this is American consumerism. We're not going to put $200 into our pocket. We're just going to buy more house.
Right.
But it will help, like you just said, those people that just they're struggling to make that leap into first-time homeownership, and so this can help with that.
Right.
So now let's talk about, or do you want to talk about?
I was going to say one funny analogy I saw too was that people are, if we compare all options, right? If we say, well, 50-year, that interest cost looks gross,
right?
But let's compare it to renting for the next 50 years.
Sure.
Paying $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year, $240,000 every 10 years,
right?
To $1 million, over $1 million in that 50-year span of cost with nothing to show for it.
No equity.
Right.
No
So
equity,
it's just about options. It's not going to, I don't think the industry is going to shift and say everyone's doing 50-year mortgages now. It's going to be the wrong answer. I would love if everyone did 10-year mortgages. That's also just not feasible.
Yeah. Yep. You know, it'd be an interesting exercise. I'm just thinking of this now, so totally unrehearsed. Let's see how it goes. What if homeowners calculated what the rent on their home would be and paid that to themselves?
Sure.
As the cost of home ownership.
Sure.
And then they become their own landlord.
There you go.
And then they refuse to fix their own things. Anyway, moving on. Okay, now let's talk about now we're hearing about, which is interesting to hear, you know, the administration and the FHFA talking about portable and assumable mortgages.
Yep.
Crazy. And apparently Canada has been doing this for years.
Yeah, this one's more peculiar because portable, almost as of today, does not seem possible in this country.
Right.
So just to back up a step, if you haven't heard of it, I had a lot of questions about this when rates started climbing so quickly, and everyone's like, "Well, I've got my 2% mortgage," and I hear that in some places you can just keep that mortgage and move it to a new house. That's what a portable mortgage is. It does not exist in the country as of today. The reason is because of how we structure these loans on title, right? So when in some countries, when you take out a loan, it is your loan. That's it. Right. Whereas here, they're placing a lien on your property, right? It's tied specifically to the property. The commitments are about the property. So for that to be at all possible, there would have to be a massive change in how we handle liens in the country. So I would say that one's probably less likely, but it's curious. The challenge with that too, similar to assumables, is let's say you've got that $300,000 2% mortgage, and now you get to keep it going to the next home you're going to buy, which is a $600,000 home or whatever it may be.
Right.
You've got that first mortgage, which is great. What are you going to do about the other $300,000 that you have to pay to get that house?
Right.
Got it in cash? Great. Again, could be a solution. Otherwise, you're taking out a second mortgage at a much higher interest rate.
By the way, I know some of you love doom scrolling on like TikTok and stuff like that. I encourage you to just type in some of these things and doom scroll on those results. I did that with like, what's a 50-year mortgage look like?
Sure.
Because there's so many people talking about this and putting out content on this, and just hearing some interesting takes from it. And like some people talking about, okay, a portable mortgage. Let's say you had that, you're that lucky group that had that 3% interest rate, and now you're going to take it to the next home. But the next home costs more. Are you blending, you know, the interest, the difference? Are you fully keeping the 3%? You know, what does that look like? And of course, everybody's guessing because it's not a thing yet. But yeah, you're right. It's like, would we still mortgage our property, or are we really just collateralizing our property on a personal loan?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's an interesting concept to think totally different than the way our mortgage process has worked.
It'd be a huge change. And if nothing else, again, as you just said, is a lot of people are sharing a lot of content on this, as you should be too, right? It's a great headline right now. Yeah. Nobody knows exactly what it's going to look like, but it is exciting to see that, hey, we're considering changes. Big changes that seem far-fetched, but sometimes that's what it takes to go from a crisis to the next huge opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a great spur to our economy it would have, right?
Sure.
Where we know that as we've seen the formation of households fall, it is not. Barry Habib talked about this. By the way, if you haven't looked up Barry Habib, wow, smartest human on earth.
Right.
He might be a robot. I'm not sure, but just incredible. So he talked about like this dip in household formations in the United States over the last couple of years is not just gone away. It's not that there just aren't going to be. He really highlighted it on this graph, and he said, this is called pent-up demand. And as soon as we can figure this thing out, we could see some explosive things. So some things that they've talked about, FHFA Director Bill Pulte talked about, the administration's looking at is how to, quote unquote, incentivize or open up more liquidity for our builders. Yes. In order to get them building more, because what do builders do? They go, oh, household formations are down, so they lower their production of homes. But then when all of a sudden it explodes, it's going to take a couple years for them to catch up to where it was a couple years prior, and then we're always behind again.
Correct.
So what do we need to do to get this country moving? All of this to say, keep calling Brian with all your questions, but also start that conversation. People all the time are asking me, like, I don't even know what to post on Facebook. Just post this. Here's my tip. Ready? 50-year mortgages. What do you think?
Sure.
Post that.
Sure.
And you'll get 10 million comments.
Absolutely.
That's not a promise. But be a part of the conversation of what's going on here. You don't have to be the ultimate expert, because nobody is at this point. Even the administration's trying to figure it out on what this could look like. But be a part of that conversation of, what do you think? What could this look like? And let's be in that conversation together.
Absolutely. So to wrap up, one of the last things that we're going to talk about today is a new enhancement. So it's not necessarily a new tool that's coming out. It is a new program that we recently signed up for. Shout out to Kevin. Thank you for sending it my way. I know there's a couple realtors prior to that have reached out to us about it, but wasn't sure that it was something we wanted to add on just yet. But we went through a great demo, got connected, and we are now, Atwood Mortgage is now connected through Rate Plug. So what is this? Is it's not, different from My Home IQ and all these other tools that we keep throwing out. This is not anything you have to do, right? There's nothing you have to do. What we want to do is make your MLS listings and make your buyers even more informed by doing already what you're doing, right? So what it's going to do is all agents will be connected to Rate Plug through Atwood Mortgage. Yep. And now on your MLS listings, there's going to be a small addition kind of right underneath the photos area where it's asking the client, do you want to know what this home costs monthly, right? Mm-hmm. That's one of the biggest things people are thinking about is, man, this place looks great. I wonder what that payment looks like. And that's not currently there.
Right.
So this is going to be added on, and if people follow that link, they'll see some Atwood Mortgage branding and some payment options specific to that property. Yeah. And then also same for the listings that you're sending to your buyers. It'll be connected through that too. Yeah. So that is rolling out this week. Nice. It's getting set up right now. Again, no notifications, nothing that you have to do at all, no work for you, no cost to you, just a way to say, hey, here's what you're already doing. How can we make it a little bit better?
Absolutely. It's a really great program, and it's again, it falls back to the mission of Atwood Mortgage for the very reason it was created was, how do we help our agents stand apart?
Right.
To help you chart your best path forward, we're thrilled to announce our company-wide business planning session, Navigate 2026. Join us on December 9th from 10:30 to 3 o'clock in our new St. Louis Park office. Together, we'll create your personalized plan to intentionally grow your business to new heights. Everyone's encouraged to attend in person, but we'll also live stream for anyone who can't make it. Please RSVP by November 25th so we can plan for seating and lunch. Let's make 2026 your most intentional and impactful year yet.
Your December social media drop is ready. This one of our favorite drops of the entire year because it's time for our 21 Days of Christmas countdown. From festive graphics to engaging prompts, stories, and ready-to-post templates, everything is designed to help you stay consistent, creative, and connected with your sphere all month long. Make a copy, customize, and start scheduling. December visibility matters. Let's kick off our marketing updates with something that's transforming the industry, AI in action. This on-demand learning series is designed to help you build confidence, work smarter, market faster, and boost your business using the powerful of artificial intelligence. Don't miss the next session. Build your AI stack on November 25th at 12 p.m. Register now using the QR code and start discovering how AI can elevate your strategy. Next up, the Golden Ruler, your built-in analytics advantage. This tool gives you real-time metrics from syndicated websites, dynamic performance reports for your sellers, comparisons to similar listings, and insights on views, shares, and saves. Quick tip. Use these reports to guide your marketing strategy and pricing conversations. It's real data that builds real confidence with your clients. We've added more professionally designed Moxie website templates, and this round includes versions in both English and Spanish. Each template is customizable to reflect your personal brand, and they're ready to add today under Page Builder in Moxie websites. Bonus tip, Use these to show potential clients how you market listings, tell your story, and generate leads in a whole new way.
All right, everybody, mark your calendars. Launch 2026 is happening March 28th. It's our annual celebration, recognition, and kickoff to a new year. You don't want to miss it. More details are coming real soon. Before we dive into recognition, we want to take a moment to welcome some amazing new agents to the C21 Atwood family. Help us give a big Atwood welcome to Kristen Fox, Alec Avery, Isaiah Hendrickson, Tina Ponce, and Olivia Oswald. We're so excited to have each of you onto the Atwood team. Welcome to the Atwood family. We're so glad that you're here. Now it's time to celebrate what makes our company great, our people. From $1 Million Club achievers to top producers, your hard work, consistency, and relentless spirit continue to set the bar higher every month. Congratulations to each of you for making moves and making a difference. Here's our $1 Million Club. Dan, Rob, Leanne, Chad, Emily, Charlie, Crystal, Tara, Gretchen, Dick, Timothy, Michelle, Jeff, Jennifer, Laura, Trent, Shauna, Dan, Bob, Keaton, Roger, Deanna, Linda, Ann, Joni, Kelly, Wayne, Brian, Laura, Nancy, Ken, Julie, Dean, Joshua, Lindsay, Robin, Jenny, Michael, Cindy, Ruth, Valerie, Rick, Catherine, Daniel, Savannah, Mary, Melissa, Teresa, Ashley, Kim, Sharon, Cheryl, Julie, Sadar, and Lynn. Here's our $5 Million Club. Pete, Dan, Craig, Sarah, Bill, Rhonda, Andrew, Ellen, George, Nathan, Lynn, Deb, Dan, Pam, Bonnie, and John. Our $10 Million Club, Rick, Leslie, Jeff, Samantha, and Jody. And our $25 Million Club, Candy Dykeman. Now let's take a moment to hear from the people who matter the most, our clients. These testimonials remind us why we do what we do. Behind every closing is a story, and behind every story is a trusted agent making it happen. Here's Dan Winger from our Mankato office. Dan is the man. Very nice and helpful throughout the whole process. Great communication skills, and nobody can beat his wealth of knowledge. I will recommend it to everyone moving forward. Thank you, Dan. From Sander in Mankato, Minnesota. Here's one for Rick Mummer in our Albert Lee office. Great communicator who priced the home competitively and was able to find potential buyers effectively. The sale was above my expectations, and I highly recommend Rick to anyone who is looking to sell a home in the Albert Lee or Austin area. From Singh in Albert Lee, Minnesota. And here's one for Candy Dykeman from our Mankato office. As first-time home buyers, we couldn't recommend Candy enough. She really made the process seamless and made us feel at ease in a market that can feel incredibly stressful in these times. From Mark and Caitlin in Evansville, Minnesota. Now this month, we're celebrating another round of anniversaries, agents who've been building, serving, and growing relentlessly year after year. Your dedication drives everything we do at C21 Atwood. Thank you for being a part of the family. Happy anniversary to Sarah, Russ, Jeff, Andrew, Jamie, and Lynn. Now, as we move through November, remember, momentum isn't building into January, it's building right now. Take advantage of the business planning tools, update your marketing with the new Moxie templates, and join us for Navigate 2026. We're ending the year strong and setting the stage for an incredible 2026 because Relentless doesn't wait, it creates. So go out there, do the work, and let's elevate together.